Once upon a time, in a faraway land where the princess and princesses roamed the earth, lived a handsome prince named Sydney, who was looking for his mistress. One early morning, Sydney was walking down the road, minding his own business, when an old woman by a well asked him for some help. Sydney always did his best to be polite. But for the old woman, the best wasn't enough. The next thing he knew, he was a bugly-eyed green frog. "There, you lonesome thing! Stay a frog until a princess lets you eat from her plate and sleep on her pillow," demanded the old woman. Finally, after long hard days of traveling, Sydney finally found a castle. He hoped there was a princess living there. Sydney found a cool-looking pond with fresh water and lily pads. Sydney jumped in and it felt like heaven. Something bonked him on the head and dunked him. Sydney came up sputtering just as a beautiful girl about his own age came running to the pool. "Oh no!" the girl cried. "My golden ball!" Sydney came up to the girl and told her, "I can help you get your ball out, but afterward you have to let me eat from your plate and sleep on your pillow. That would be the only way to get this magic spell on me to break and turn me back to the prince." The princess promised to do that, so Sydney dove down to get the ball out. But after the princess received the ball back, she went back to her castle, leaving the frog behind. But the frog followed her. He went to her home and asked her why she left him behind. The king asked her what was the frog talking about, but the princess denied that she knew anything about this frog. Sydney said, "You promised you'd help me when I helped you get your golden ball out of the pond." The king was upset when he heard that she dropped her ball into the pond. He told her, "A promise is a promise, now let the frog in." Servants opened the golden big doors. Sydney hopped into the dining room, which was decorated with mirrors and crystal chandeliers and hundreds of flickering candles. He hopped until he came to the princess's chair. The princess put a napkin up to her mouth and began to make gagging sounds. She pushed the plate away and said, "I'm all finished. May I leave the room?" The king said, "Yes, you may leave the room." The princess stamped her feet all the way up to her room. She was furious because the frog told the king about the golden ball. She flung Sydney against the wall. "Ow!" Sydney cried. Then she threw a pillow on top of him. Once the pillow landed on the frog, he became the handsome prince he once was. Immediately, the princess apologized for being so rude to him. She fell in love with him and asked him to marry her. Of course, the prince said no. He told her what she had done wrong. She had broken her promise and then tried to kill him. Then he stormed out of the kingdom and went home. The prince eventually found love and happiness and married the goose girl, and they lived happily ever after.